the oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear. And the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. Few are free enough to respond to rappings from outside, and tales of ordinary feelings and events will always take first place in the taste of the majority. But the sensitive are always with us, and sometimes a curious streak of fancy invades an obscure corner of the very hardest head, so that no amount of rationalization, reform, or Freudian analysis can quite annul the thrill of the chimney corner whisper or the lonely wood. There is here involved a psychological pattern or tradition as real and as deeply grounded in mental experience as any other pattern or tradition of mankind. Man's first instincts and emotions formed his response to the environment in which he found himself. Definite feelings based on pleasure and pain grew up around the phenomena whose causes and effects he understood, whilst around those which he did not understand were naturally woven such personifications, marvelous interpretations, and sensations of awe and fear as would be hit upon by a race having few and simple ideas and limited experience. The unknown, being likewise the unpredictable, became for our primitive forefathers a terrible and omnipotent source of boons and calamities visited upon mankind for cryptic and wholly extraterrestrial reasons, and thus clearly belonging to spheres of existence whereof we knew nothing, and wherein we have no part. Uncertainty and danger are always closely allied, thus making any kind of an unknown world a world of peril and evil possibilities. For though the area of the unknown has been steadily contracting for thousands of years, an infinite reservoir of mystery still engulfs most of the outer cosmos. There is an actual physiological fixation of the old instincts in our nervous tissue, which would make them obscurely operative even were the conscious mind to be purged of all sources of wonder. Children will always be afraid of the dark, and men will always tremble at the thought of the hidden and fathomless worlds of strange life press hideously upon our own globe in unholy dimensions which only the dead and the moonstruck can glimpse. Fear. It has always existed, and always will exist. The true weird tale has something more than secret murder, bloody bones, or a sheeted form clanking chains according to rule. A certain atmosphere of breathless and unexplainable dread of outer, unknown forces must be present. And there must be a hint of that most terrible conception of the human brain, a malign and particular suspension of those fixed laws of nature which are our only safeguard against the assaults of chaos and the demons of unplumbed space. Naturally, we cannot expect all weird tales to conform absolutely to any theoretical model. Creative minds are uneven, and the best of fabrics have their dull spots. Atmosphere is the all-important thing, for the final criterion of authenticity is not the dovetailing of a plot, but the creation of a given sensation. A weird story whose intent is to teach or produce a social effect, or one in which the horrors are finally explained away by natural means, is not a genuine tale of cosmic fear. We must judge a weird tale not by the author's intent, but by the emotional level which it attains at its least mundane point. The one test of the really weird is simply this: whether or not there be excited in the reader a profound sense of dread. The one test of the really weird is simply this: whether or not there be excited in the reader a profound sense of dread, a profound sense of dread, a profound sense of dread, a profound sense of dread. A subtle attitude of awed listening, as if for the beating of black wings, or the scratching of outside shapes and entities on the known universe's utmost rim. The horror tale is as old as human thought and speech themselves. And upon such things were based enduring systems and traditions whose echoes extend obscurely even to the present time. Witch, werewolf, vampire, and ghoul brooded ominously on the lips of bard and grandam. The shade which appears and demands the burial of its bones, the demon lover who comes to bear away his still living bride, the death fiend or psycho pomp riding the night wind, the man wolf, the sealed chamber, the deathless sorcerer. But in spite of all this opposition, the weird tale has survived, developed, and attained remarkable heights of perfection.